Hello guys, Brian the Floridian here. So today I'm coming to you from Pinellas Park, Florida, and I've been wanting to check this place out for a while. It's called the Tampa Bay Museum of Automotive History, or simply the Tampa Bay Automotive Museum. And so this is in Pinellas Park. Let's go check it out. Come follow me. So it's only $8 to come into this place for a visit. So, and you get this pamphlet here. It's Tampa Bay Automotive Museum pamphlet, and it describes about. Let me show you guys here.
Look at that one.
Mentions cars from the 1920s and 1930s, and there's a very extensive collection of vintage vehicles here. So let's go check it out. This is one of the first things you see when you walk in here, is this vintage engine right here.
This is going to be an air car. You know what an airboat is?
Yes.
This is going to be an air car.
Okay.
There's a big propeller that goes on here. We're waiting for the body. This is the body that we're waiting for.
Alrighty. Air car. It's pretty interesting there. So when you first walk in, you see this little vintage car right here. This is from the 1899. Little gift shop right here in the very beginning. And there's a bunch of model cars right here, including a 1981 DeLorean model right there.
Want me to take it out?
Oh, that's okay.
We have a DeLorean outside.
Oh, we have one outside?
Yeah,
Awesome.
we couldn't bring it in. We locked the keys in the car.
Yeah, one of my neighbors had a DeLorean when I was growing up. Had a DeLorean next door to me.
Yeah, they locked the keys in on Saturday, so we have to wait till tomorrow to get it back in.
Okay. And there's the admission fees to getting to this place, the Tampa Bay Automobile Museum. Pretty reasonable. So the gentleman behind the counter told me that the first 4 cars here were the original 4 cars of the collection of the owner. And they own a shrink wrap factory which is behind this museum. Pretty cool looking car. Samsung S4E. There's a Peugeot Doromat. Looks like they call this a Della Haley 235. It's like 6-cylinder engine right there. 1952 to 1953 in France. Like a little beautiful interior right there. So this looks like your typical gangster car here. Talbot Lego T15. So notice the interiors are immaculate condition there. So beautiful looking interior here. And guys, this is my nephew skating with Luke with me today, and he is doing some videoing himself here for his vlog. Looks like they have a hydrogen cell car here, which was made in France and 11 in production. Alright, let's take a look in the back of this car here. Guys can see that inside there. There's the nuts and bolts of the car, the components of it. Looks like something from the future for sure. And here's a version of the car today, which is made by Mercedes-Benz, which is a hydrogen fuel cell car. Take a step back and look at this thing here. So as you can see, it looks like a normal car. And with a top speed of 82 miles per hour, according to this thing right here. See if I can kind of zoom in and I see that part there. So guys, that's where we came in through the front door. These are the first 4 cars owned by the family. First 4 collection of cars they started with. Here's a 5th car that they acquired also. Pretty cool looking car. It's a little 2-cylinder air-cooled 200 horsepower car right here, 1988. Pretty cool. Alright Alright guys, one of the first things I want to show you, about this museum is they had the first self-propelled car, or really the first car, a copy of it ever, which is behind me. And it's this big monstrosity behind me here. Let me show you guys, let me take a closer look at this car. So this is called the Forde de Cuno. Am I saying it right? Steam carriage. So 1770. Generally recognized as the world's first self-propelled vehicle. So this is actually before even trains. Let's take a look at this from the front. So this is a copy of what it looked like back in the day. There's your steam engine right there where you keep all your coal, I believe. So this is steam powered. And definitely not built for comfort since it has the wooden wheels here. But definitely built for comfort because of the bourbon behind the front seat. So here's a little video about the car itself. As you can see, a lot of exhaust, a lot of steam basically flying into the driver's face right there. So this car was basically designed and built by Nicholas Cuno in 1770. And let's take a look at the back of the car. So definitely a big piece of working monstrosity, which turned out to be the first car. And in the same room, there is all these other old cars, pretty cool looking cars here. Like this one from Czechoslovakia, it's called the Tetra T26-30 real drive. So it's got 6 wheels, 2 in the back, 1 in the front. And there's my nephew right there. So this is a weird looking half tank car right here. Interesting car. And this is the model of this car from the inside. So these are the innards of that car, that sports car. And one of the German cars also is on display here from World War II. The Kuba wagon, Type 82 rear engine. Looks like a German version of the Jeep. So definitely not made for comfort, but made for war. And there's another shot of the first self-propelled vehicle ever. A copy of that, actually. Looks like this car was the only one made from France. The Clavaux front-wheel drive. And it was presented at the Paris Auto Show in 1955. Definitely considered a subcompact, probably during that time period. Looks like some more vintage cars right here. This is from 1927.
Milwaukee Convertible map.
And this one has the engine compartment open so you can see the engine.
Okay, so I live one suburb north of that.
Alright, and there is all the award ribbons it has won. And definitely not the roomiest car around.
Every weekend I used to ride. I lived right there in the city for a while. So anyway, that's what that's what
Got some pretty cool looking wall art here in this museum. So this car is really beautiful. This is called a Wally's Knight Model 56. And only 37,931 were made.
I believe they were doing stuff out there.
Nice little interior there. And right next to it is the first electric car ever made. I believe in 1922. Just called the Milburn. And this little placard talks about the car itself. When fully charged, this vehicle is capable of a range of 100 miles at about 30 miles per hour. There are 14 6-volt batteries powering this vehicle. So General Motors bought this car in 23 and ceased the electric car division.
So here.
So very first electric car made in 1922. Take a look at the inside.
Yeah, if you read this, we're going to change Google. That's right. If you read this,
And I don't see any steering wheel in here, so I don't know how they would actually turn or navigate the car. But there's a vase with flowers there, which is very nice.
that was the second one.
So you're still getting there in style.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that's how they figure out.
And there's the batteries for the car right there behind in the back trunk.
It's not unbelievable. It's just an L2 and L1. You have
Looks like another area of cars here. Here's a Le Mans.
it just has
Looks like a Le Mans type sports car there. A Trecta A. Front wheel drive.
manufacturing class
So this was really made to race at the Le Mans
habitats
in 1929.
because they're stable. Can sit there. And Jupiter has range points, and Jupiter has more asteroids than the three around the range points, which are perfect placement. Two, spectroscopically, whatever you know, see what's there, see what the lighthouse is offering. See that, and then you can choose what you want to hire, just so you understand.
And it looks like a picture of it back there on the wall right there of that car. With the number on the grill. So there's your shifter right there. Your steering wheel. Pretty much all you need for driving a sports car. And this car is right next to this car too. I believe this is a passenger type car. Looks like the same brand of car made in France, the Tectra. So this talks about the restoration process of certain cars here.
And it's done, you can do it out in the field. Like when the pharmacy goes
And
down to South America,
toward the back of the museum is this large room
it's a rude way of
full of more classic cars.
because it does Here you are, you're looking at just these frequencies here.
And this guy is having fun sitting in the back seat of the car right there.
And when you go into the other infrared, there's these here.
Looks like more modern cars are actually in this part of the building here.
These together, which are all outside all different ones, they don't make cancer, okay? And you go to South America and you find sugar.
Little sports car right there. So 2-cylinder car, the Douche Bonnet Le Mans. And this is my nephew skating with Luke again. So definitely follow his channel when you have a chance. He's looking for some more subscribers and more, got a lot of different kind of content on the channel. Not just skating, but all kinds of content.
Gaming, a bunch of different things. I do challenges and things like this. I go on adventures.
So now he's on an adventure with me finally. So
Yeah.
definitely look for his channel. I'll leave a link below my description. So definitely check him out. All right, so definitely a lot of classic cars here. I don't have time to do all these cars, but I just want to show you a few of these cars back here. But definitely a cool place to check out, the Tampa Bay Auto Museum. And they have some roadsters here. So I highlighted a few cars earlier. And this is an Elvis. I wonder if it's related to Elvis. You can kind of see Elvis in this car at one time, with his girls behind him, admiring him in this vehicle here. Her, especially her, and her. I can just picture them saying, "Come on, Elvis, let me get in with you." It's like a grand piano right there, some fake trees, some more roadsters back here. So definitely a cool place to check out. And these cars, most of them are from Europe, looks like. So quite a collection of cars here. And what's interesting is that some of these cars have 6 8-cylinder engines, but the horsepower is about the same as a 4-cylinder these days. So definitely technology has improved to a point where they are putting out more horsepower out of 4-cylinder engines here, or smaller engines today in today's technology. And this one's, I believe this one's being restored here. It's like the doors are made out of 4x4s, possibly wood. So definitely not structurally sound for an accident, but pretty cool looking cars there. And this one looks like a Volkswagen. It was made in Czechoslovakia. Looks like the owner has an affinity for cars, especially Tetras, made in Czechoslovakia. So definitely a cool place. A lot of cars here to check out. Vintage cars. And this one was one of my favorites right here. I just love the color scheme on this car. The metallic gray and black. And then you have these cars over here. So pretty cool right here. So this car has two engines, one for the front, one for the back, and it was made for oil prospecting in its era in the 60s. So let me show you what we're looking at here. This is one of the cars I have to point out to you. It has like engine in the front, I believe right underneath the hood right here. And there is one right in the back right there too. So that, from what that placard was saying, that they can operate both engines at the same time or just one at different times, the front or the back. And it looks like another one just like that right next to it. So pretty cool. Just want to show you guys that. Also want to show you guys one more thing about this place. There is a few American cars here. A Corvair, which is kind of still considered a classic, 1965. And the thing about Corvairs is that they're rear-wheel drive, or they have a rear engine. So the engine is actually in the very back of the car, which is right here. So it definitely makes it a unique car. And this one's in fantastic shape from what I'm seeing right here. And they also have a Ford Mustang right here next to it, which is in excellent shape also. There's the inside of the car there. Looks like it's an immaculate police car here with a policeman here. I'm sure he is watching for any speeders walking through out here. Making sure that there's no speeders to give out tickets to speeding all through here. Here's a 1964 Studebaker, which they don't make anymore.
Well, it's today's paint, but the same color.
What? I think Jack Clark had one.
Who?
Jack Clark, TV.
Yeah, I've been dead for 30 years.
He said he had one, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a beautiful car.
Yeah, a lot of people have.
I'd like to have one.
Yeah.
You too?
Well, you can have one.
All for the low price of?
150,000.
Nice looking interior right there. It's like a 6-speed. I want to say that's a 4-speed manual transmission there.
This one's going to be
But
restored.
definitely nice interior here. Looks like this guy wants to go for a ride. Just waiting for a driver to drive him where he wants to go. It's like a nice looking roadster right here. I believe this is, looks like a British type vehicle, which it is. It's a Rover 14/6 Speed Pilot, made in 1933. But nevertheless, he is ready for a ride. So lots of information on the walls here about different cars. And just one last picture of the very back room. So definitely a lot to see here. A lot to check out for sure. So no automobile museum would be complete without a DeLorean. So this guy is outside the museum on the outside down an alleyway. So this is a DeLorean. I'm not sure what year it is, but the gentleman was saying it's locked. But you may look at it though from the outside. See the inside. sure if you can see the inside, but definitely pretty cool though. So actual DeLorean, the only thing missing is the flux capacitor and the other stuff that goes with it from Back to the Future. So every time I see this car, I think about Back to the Future, but awesome. Stainless steel body here. No plutonium reactor in the back, but still pretty awesome. Alright guys, so interesting looking art on the outside of the building here, or the outside of the Tampa Bay Auto Museum. It looks like a little bit of a, I'm not sure what that is. Looks like some kind of a metal alien coming out of the wall right there.
Area 51!
And there is more right there. So this is actually on the outside of the building when you come in, drive in to park in the parking lot. Looks like he's on some kind of unicycle or some kind of bike device over there. And this guy is being, or maybe this guy is pulling him along. That's what it is. These guys are pulling him along. Huh, interesting. Just some cool looking art from the outside. Alright guys, that's my tour of the Tampa Bay Auto Museum behind me. Hit like, subscribe if you like this video, and hit that like button. That tells me that you guys care. And I will see you guys later this week, and you guys have a good week.